What's all this damn Kapler talk in the chat? Come on. Come on. No Kapler talk in the chat.
This is about the most exciting thing you'll hear all night. This bad band, man. This band can rock, but here we are again, guys. Another
Nothing
day.
to report.
Nothing to report. That's it. We'll be seeing you guys tomorrow night. No, seriously. This is it's getting old. Giants, thumbnail. Why don't you put that thumbnail up there, Eric? The Wheel of Fortune there. I like that. I just put it out on Twitter. Said the Giants need to get a minimum of 2 of these guys, 3, if they want any shot at the playoffs. As they're currently constructed, they are competing for last place in the NL West.
There we go. And the winner is
right there, probably at the top. Unfortunately, that'll be it.
Well, you saw the report from Passan, right? What he said.
What did he say again? That
supposedly the Giants are going to get at least one
of the
top Boras client,
which was considered Snell, Chapman, or Bellinger, right?
Right, and then Montgomery and Reese
Hoskins. Well, I wouldn't consider Hoskins a top.
Yeah, I just put all Boras guys in there.
I wouldn't consider Hoskins or Chapman tops. They're gaps. They're not, whatever. I'll believe it when I see it. I saw a comment. Somebody said in here that Kerry Crowley said that if the Giants don't make the playoffs, he thinks Farhan will get fired.
Interesting.
If that's the case. I'm rooting against them.
Oh, so I guess was Farhan on Tim Kawakami?
I guess so.
I guess, right?
Who knows?
Same to you, the Shaw. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All a bunch of bull crap. Nobody pins him down and puts his, feet to the fire. They just placate him, pacify him, patronize. It's just, come on, get this guy. Who knows what the Giants are going to do? I'm beyond guessing. I really am.
I know it's.
I don't even, I know there's other teams that have better GMs, and I'm calling GM because
that's what it is.
What it is, president of baseball, whatever. Guy who runs the freaking show.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot better ones out there, that know how to get guys and they're aggressive. Farhan gets backed into a corner. I mean, Boras is just going to smack him around like a, just like a wet noodle, just flopping him around, just, pushing him whichever way he goes. And if Farhan gets too uncomfortable, he won't get the guys. Mm-hmm. That's how it works. If he gets a little uncomfortable, Boras will just take him somewhere else.
Just pivot somewhere else.
If he can't get the top bid out of Farhan, he's going somewhere else.
Right.
I mean, all of Boras's talk, San Francisco's a wonderful city. It's not a problem. That's all he needs. San Francisco, that's his.
Honestly, San Francisco's more important to him in getting his players where they want to go.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He used San Francisco. If San Francisco wasn't in the game, wasn't a player at all, then he couldn't use them as the leverage.
Exactly.
Tony
says the interview with Tim was not a good look. Interesting. Might have to take a gander at that one.
It's too bad we can't play it on here. But
I know, Logan, you're absolutely correct. Boras controls Farhan. It's not feels like it's that's what it is. That's what
Christer says, hello, NorCal Sports Network fellows. Yeah, hello everybody out there. Hello, Christer. Yeah, we'll fire up the phone lines pretty soon.
Yeah, sounds good. Correct, Gilbert. Matter of fact, I think John Heyman had put out a report saying that Snell is not against going to the East Coast.
That's all for leverage.
Of course.
It's all to get, because they're not in play. Farhan thinks it's between him and the Angels and maybe Seattle. And he's like, oh, shoot. He probably is thinking, I can get more out of San Francisco if I think,
right.
I can pull the Yankees into this.
And that's probably what it is. Then San Francisco bumps up their price, and then New York bumps up their price. I mean,
yeah, it's the way you play the game, man.
And it's funny, Benji, when I saw it, I was like, it shouldn't be at least. It should be will only.
You run a poll.
Yeah.
Would you rather see the Giants make the playoffs for 1 year in 24 and just make the playoffs or not or see Farhan fired?
Ooh, interesting.
Because that's what somebody said that Kerry Crowley said. He thinks that if the Giants don't make the playoffs, Kerry thinks that Farhan will get fired after this year.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. How do I want to say this? What do you prefer? Here we go. I
mean, it's kind of weird because, if you make the playoffs, maybe they're in the right direction. I'd be definitely all down if they got the right guys make the playoffs. I don't want no 1 year fluke. I want to see something that the team's heading in the right direction.
Yes, that's the issue.
I'm going to go grab the phone line. I'll be right back.
Got it. All right, here we go. All right, guys, polls up. Since Dan is grabbing the phone, let's go ahead and start the music. Embrace the tank, says Brad Sandwich. All right, phone line is open. 707-673-6060. Call Dan now. Tell us what you guys think. All right. Playoffs? Let's see where are we trending right now? Interesting. All right. Can't see the poll. It's out there. You should be able to see it. Playoffs? Yeah, James, it should be out there. You can't see it? 22 and 140. Man. Could you?
What's that?
Jim Thurklick says 22 and 140. That's what he wants to see. Oh my. Well,
what's 22 and 140? Oh, the team. Oh, okay. Yeah. There we go. That would be awesome. Yeah, they'd be like fired halfway through. All right. Welcome, NorCal Sports Network. Who's calling?
Hey, what's up? This is Anshul, actually from the Shaw Show.
The Shaw Show.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
So what's happening?
Nothing much. Thought I'd call in because I hadn't gotten the opportunity last time you guys did one of those. So.
Yeah. So what's on your mind tonight?
I mean, I'm just tired of not seeing anything even happen, and even if it's outside of the Giants, it's just been so quiet and boring to see,
Yeah.
No one really making moves, and it's been like a month since the Giants made a move with Jung-Hoo Lee, so now, I wasn't really a big fan of that signing, to be honest.
Same here.
So.
But we'll see.
He's young, but he hasn't played in the MLB, and just giving him that contract to me was definitely too much, but I get the Giants do have to overpay if they want, guys to come to them. But
yeah, I hear you. It's it is frustrating to wait and see and play the waiting game. I don't know. This is Scott Boras, though. He can take you into February. He's done it before, and if he feels like he's getting stonewalled with all of his clients, he might just play the hardball. Say, you know what? Maybe that's what's going on. Is Boras is being like, fine. You want to screw with my clients? One or two of my clients? You're not signing any of them. Till you guys come around. He's waiting for the bidding wars to start. That's what he's trying to create.
Yep.
And I don't think that's been created yet. And I think that's what the holdup is. So, we heard a week ago that, from the Chapman was supposed to be working on a deal close to the Giants. Who knows if that was true or not? That was one of the ghoster out there saying that. And, who heck knows? All I know is nothing's happening. And you know what? The longer the inactivity, I think it's probably more difficult for the Giants, because that means Farhan's not stepping up to the plate,
right,
and being aggressive. He's not going out and saying, "Okay, here it is. Here's the market. Setting the market." He's sitting back, waiting for someone else to make the offer. Then someone comes to him, and then he doesn't realize that he's got to be aggressive. He did it with Jung-Hoo Lee, and that's why he signed. So, but hey, how do you say it again? You're from the from where the show?
The Shaw Show.
Shaw Show.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the Shaw. SHAW.
No, it's SHAH.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Do you got does he have a YouTube channel?
Do you have a YouTube channel, or?
I did. I mean, I'm in school actually, so
okay.
Kind of like I'm in college, so it's kind of.
What's he majoring in?
Don't really got the time, so kind of gonna do something probably after I finish up.
So. Okay. Eric was asking, what are you majoring in?
Oh yeah, I'm majoring in management information systems.
Oh, cool.
Ooh, there we go.
All right. Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, hey, good luck with that, and thanks for calling. Really appreciate it. Hopefully something will happen soon so we can all, stop waiting around like for anything. So, but hey, good luck with school. When you go back, couple weeks?
Next week.
Next week. Awesome.
Yeah, my daughter starts this week as well.
All right, man. Have a great night.
You too. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Bye. All right.
Good call by the Shaw Show. Yeah, he's in the chat. I see him often.
Okay. Very good.
Got a new guy in the chat. I haven't seen Kai Kiski before, but it says Farhan will do something dumb, like sign Chapman to a 5-year, $125 million.
Oh, yeah. That would be just ridiculous.
Right up Farhan's alley, right?
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, good call. I agree, man. It's not even just the Giants. It's all of baseball. It's just like, what is going on? What's up, Robert? I mean, you can't be having. I love the suggestion that you had yesterday. You're talking about, maybe you got to put some type of time frame in it, but
yeah, the union probably won't go for it. But
the problem is everybody else does. The fans do.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure the players probably don't.
There's a lot wrong with sports right now. There's a ton wrong with sports.
There is.
I heard Pat McAfee talk about it today. Took my idea. I said, weeks ago about the NFL should go to full-time officials, and there should be an academy, and they should be training these guys full-time, and they should get younger guys that are played the sport, and maybe they're in their, mid 30s or early 40s, and these guys can, still crank out a 4.7 40, and stay up with these guys, and then put two guys down, deep for pass interference calls. They got the 60-year-old man on the line running down the field, chugging 15 yards behind the play, throwing his stinking flag, and he can't, his head's bobbing. There's no way this guy can make in heads or tails of what happens out there. So get somebody out there that can move. And I mean, it'd be like me running out there. I can't run like I used to. There's no way. I'm 62. I can move a little bit, but if I got to move down the field and keep up with these players, yeah. They start if we're both on the 30, they're on the other 30 before I get to the 50. It's just, come on. These guys can't keep up with these players. And so put 2 more guys deep so that when there is a deep pass, that guy on the sideline having to run up. So that's what's wrong with football. They are the worst at officiating, I think, of any sport. And basketball isn't that great. And baseball is, I mean,
baseball for the most part, there's just a few, you got
there's just a few, what's his name? Hernandez. I mean, but some of these guys' calls outside the strike zone are ridiculous, but they get it right because of replay, and it's not that long at first, calls at the bags and stuff. So, but oh God, Merry Christmas! Wow,
no, that's I know who that is. Real quick though, so what do you make of that? There's actually a couple of articles I want to talk about. First, we could talk about passing and a Boras guy. Do you think it's even one? Do you think it's one, or do you think it's multiple Boras guys that could sign with the Giants, or do you think it's all just smoke and mirrors?
No clue. I mean, I would like to think that they sign at least 3 of the 5.
Yeah,
they need to.
They need to. Yeah.
I mean, maybe do a package deal. Sign all 5. How's that?
There you go.
Sign all 5. You were going to sign Ohtani. Not all 5 of those guys wouldn't cost what you were going to pay Ohtani. Seriously.
Yep.
Even if you paid Snell close to 200 and you paid Montgomery 150, there's 350. Bellinger, you paid 200, there's 550. Who's left?
Let's see.
Hoskins.
That
costs you 40. That's 590. That's 2 years, 40. Who's left after that? Chapman.
Yep.
You could get him for 110. There you go.
We don't need Chapman.
I don't want Chapman. I don't want that. But I'm saying you could sign all 5 guys for what you.
Yeah, you could. You're right. But now let's talk about what Farhan will really do.
I mean, you think about that. He was willing to spend $700 on Ohtani, which would have been worth it, in my opinion, just because of the gate attraction, all that. But if you're going to put that money out and play the game, and you want to win, Jim Thurkill. If I started at the 30, my funeral would be on the 50.
But you know what? Here's the difference, though, between that Ohtani money and getting all those
deferred.
Exactly.
Yeah, but still, you're still talking.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
you're still talking. The problem is you're probably talking 100 and so much AAV. I mean, you're probably talking. Let me add it up. You'd be like, say, 28 for Snell if you went that ridiculous 7 years, which I wouldn't do. 28 for Snell. Let's say 25 for Montgomery. That's 53.
At least 25 for Bellinger, right?
25 for Bellinger. It's 78. Hoskins would be 50, say 20. That's 98. Who else we got left in there? Chapman. That'd be about, say, 18, just for the hell of it. Who else is in there?
Montgomery.
I got him.
No, Reese. We already got Reese. You already got. Yeah, you got Reese, Bellinger, Snell.
I got them all. You got them all. It's 98 or no, 116. They could do it.
They could do it.
They could do it, and they can structure it in a way that it's a little cheaper in the earlier years because the CBT goes up.
Exactly. So more money comes off the books for the Giants next year.
Exactly. They could finagle it. If they wanted to, they could do it. But watch them strike out.
So now what would this say about the organization because it's already come out saying the Giants offered the same amount for Ohtani. And if they don't even spin close to that, is that an indictment? Or is that
I think it is in a sense. They were willing to spend on one guy. Were they going to stop there? Because that wasn't going to keep the team competitive. Right. They were going to have, Ohtani's contract said you got to get more in the contract.
Correct.
So they were going to spend $1 billion. They were going to have to spend over $1 billion.
And now we're at what, 110 plus whatever the hell Tom Murphy and TJ. Actually, no, he's minor league, right? He was a minor.
Who's that?
The TJ Hopkins guy.
Oh yeah, whatever him. Yeah. Jeez. I mean, it's at the point, Eric, where you just don't know what they're going to do. I mean, I don't know if Farhan has an actual plan or if he's just completely incompetent. I mean, I lean toward incompetent. I really do. I think he's smart. I just don't think he knows how to sell.
That's the issue. We've been saying that from the very beginning.
I mean, he's gotten guys. Let's give him credit. He's pulled off guys. He's gotten Gosman. He's gotten Rodon. He's gotten a couple of, those are two major. I mean, especially Rodon at the time. He was a big signing because he was a big catch. But then again, he screwed it up.
It is easier to get pitchers in San Francisco.
Sure, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll probably get Chapman just because he'll overpay, and Chapman, the Chapman Melvin, deal, and the Oakland A's and whatever, it's I'm surprised they didn't get Frankie Montas too.
I'm surprised. Yeah. Where did he go? The Reds? Yeah.
Reds.
Right?
Yeah.
Same thing with Michael White. Well, he said he wasn't. They weren't shopping for depth. They were shopping for
top of the end rotation.
Yeah, exactly.
So who's the top of the end left? It's Snell, Montgomery, and Imanaga. That's left.
Would you consider? I mean, yeah, Montgomery was good, but do you consider him top of the rotation? To me, I don't.
I think he's like a 3.
I think he's a solid 3. Could be a 2, but I think a solid 3. Yeah.
Yeah, he's between a 2 and a 3.
Snell, okay, I could say right now he's top of the end or top end.
Yeah.
Who else? I mean,
I don't know.
That's it, unless you trade. But there ain't no trades happening right now with any type of top end pitch, and I don't understand that part. Where's all the trades? Remember Boras? He even said just before the winter meetings, he thinks that this year was going to be the year where it's going to be all these trades happening.
I don't know when it's all going to, maybe they're waiting between the weeks before between the Super Bowl or something. What the heck? I don't know I have no idea what they're waiting on. I'm just looking up here.
The Peter principle, huh? Every man is ultimately promoted to his own level of incompetence. Kind of sound like do I even want to go there?
Go ahead.
Our current state of our government, maybe?
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe? Just a little bit? Will Williams wear 9? I think he would wear 9. Why wouldn't he wear 9? Right, Joe?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else is wearing 9 on the team right now, is there?
Who was wearing it? Belt?
Great. No, Belt was 8. Yeah, Belt was 9. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Kai comes with another. I like this. Imagine being a young player under Farhan, and he puts his example as Sable. Had a great rookie year. Now he's relegated to being the next Farhan taxi squad player for the next 4 years.
Who's that?
Talking about, he says, imagine a young player under Farhan, and he's using the example of Sable. Had a great rookie year. Now is relegated to being a Farhan taxi squad player for the next 4 years.
Jeez.
It's kind of that's kind of where it's going, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he did. For having the type of year that he had being a rookie, you can't. The guy had a decent year First time ever in the major leagues. And he did okay.
Yeah, he did fine for his first year, yeah. Oh, man. So lines are open, guys. 707-673-6060.
Yep.
Get your calls in.
He says Jim says Chapman is a gap guy. If he stays healthy in that park, he could have 50 doubles. If he stays healthy. See, the Giants got a bunch of those guys. Conforto, Haniger. They're all, when he signed them, they had a history of being injury prone. So
did you read Ann Killian's article today?
Damn, I forgot to read it. Yeah, she went after Farhan, right? That's the other article I wanted to get into.
I'll bring it up right here. Let me bring
it up. Anyone else see Ann Killian's article?
Let me bring it up. Come on, what's going on? Here, come on.
Kind of a hit job, wasn't it? A little bit.
Finally, someone spoke the truth. Let me.
No one else has done that.
I'll just.
All right, looks like Dan's going to bring it up, so we'll get into this.
Okay, present, share screen. All right. There it is right here. I said Ann nails it in this article. Everything we've been saying for the last year on the NorCal Sports Network, Farhan has been an absolute disaster for the Giants, and it's nice to finally hear an honest assessment from someone in the print media. There's
a lot,
more too. Farhan constantly flip-flops on his statements. I will give him the benefit of the doubt and reserve my final judgment on how he does with this roster over the next month and a half to 2 months. I'm not hopeful, though, like other, I should say, homers in the media. Okay, so here's the article.
Yes, they did, Eric. I saw some of that. A lot of Farhan apologists hated it on Twitter.
When will the Giants get busy? Pitchers and catchers report in 6 weeks.
Oh, real quick. We're not seeing that because you opened up a new window. Open up that new window.
Okay,
We're looking at Farhan's mug right now.
No, we don't want that. All right. Okay, there we go. See it?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that was it. That was the mug. Okay.
Oh, it just wasn't.
Yeah. Yep. All right. It's just 6 weeks till the Giants report spring training, yet how they plan to reshape their roster into something competitive and compelling remains a mystery. Though there are still attractive free agents on the market, Matt Chapman, Blake Snell, Cody Bellinger top the list, the Giants remain awfully quiet, except for their sales department, which sends out a constant barrage of ticket offers.
That's pretty good.
Don't buy. You're buying fool's gold right now.
Yep.
Even their signature signing of outfielder Jung-Hoo Lee last month was almost completely drowned out by the deafening news coming out of L.A., wedged between the Dodgers' twin mega deals with Shohei and Yamamoto. Even the bridesmaid, the Giants had to expect missing an Ohtani, but the Yamamoto sighting particularly stung. He was someone president of baseball operations Farhan Zaidi had courted personally. I would have added in parentheses, that's the problem. Guy couldn't sell himself out of a wet paper, couldn't break himself out of a wet paper bag. All right. As the Chronicle's Susan Slusser reported, the Giants were in on Yamamoto until they weren't. It was a really tough choice. A source told Slusser of Yamamoto's decision, and some of it had to do with Ohtani and just a slight preference.
Yeah, sure.
BS.
Sure.
Slight preference. How about like a stinking football field or two of preference? I mean, you weren't even close. Come on.
They weren't even in the final bidding.
Quit trying to placate yourselves and feel better about it. Your team sucks. Absolutely sucks. And if you're listening, do something about it because your team sucks. Okay? Why don't you fire the stinking GM? I'm not talking about Petulia. I'm talking about Farhan. The guy's done crap for 5 years, and you want more of it? Just get rid of him. Get a real baseball guy in there.
The final teams was LA and the two New York teams, maybe even Philadelphia. Giants weren't even in the final. Get out of here.
Stop with the excuses, please. I'm sick of it. You guys stink to high heavens. You're battling the Rockies for 5th place currently. You've done nothing, and nobody's coming to your ball games except the people who are just like, I'm telling you, the people that are heading out to the Giants, it's like keep clapping. It's like, oh, we got some good players. Jeez, give me a break.
Oh man,
you got some young guys. I want to see them play. I like those guys. I like Schmidt.
Yeah.
I want to see Luciano. He's got some guts to him. I like Matos. I like Ramos. I like Fitzgerald. So some of those guys, you're guys. But if you don't play them,
and that's what pisses me off, because last year you had the opportunity, and this year you could have added to what you already have. If you could have seen what Luciano, and you saw a little bit of Schmidt, more of Matos, you saw what Bailey could do. But if you kept playing them, you could have already had some answers, questions answered, and then you could have added to what may have produced itself last year.
Yeah, it's a joke.
And they failed.
Robert, they're going to exceed expectations because there are no expectations.
Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it.
There is no expectations. Expectations are that they are under a 500 team, like 70 to 75 wins. Yeah, they might win 78 again, 79. Wow.
Exceed expectations. What are the expectations?
Jeez, give me a break. Let's go on with this article. I'm so happy this came out. Here's another reason the Japanese players chose the Dodgers. Duh! Winning. You understand that, Farhan? Winning. You've tasted it once.
And what only once.
One time in your 5 years. You're a 20%er. You're a 20%er. That should be the new slogan. I'm part of the 20%. Great, Farhan. You're a 20% winner, man. You can't, geez. Hey, I'm Greg Johnson, and I want to break even. Therefore, I'm going to keep this guy around. I'm going to keep this guy around because he knows how to play on the margins, and the analytics department is just fantastic. I don't care if none of our fans really like to watch us, as long as we break even, and the cat up there in the analytics department is keeping us somewhat full and
we got scientists.
Yeah, we got
no other major league team has scientists. We have scientists.
Full and half the people. I can't believe people still fall for this crap. I fell for it for the first few years. I thought, he's going to, in 21 hit. And it's like, it's more of the same. 22, 23, dumpster diving, And then he comes out with the excuse today about we didn't spend money because of the pandemic.
Get out of here.
Yeah, like you're going broke. Get out of here. Yeah, like you guys are going broke. Give me a break.
Up.
Zero debt. You're not going broke.
Get out of here.
You
Your
guys.
Stadium's paid off.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
So winning. The Dodgers have appeared in 11 consecutive postseasons. And though the Giants fans can hold on to their small kernel of
Schadenfreude
that LA hasn't won a non-pandemic World Series since 88, being a postseason regular is a huge motivator for any.
No shit.
Any free agent.
Come on, man.
Really? You mean those free agents don't care about what happened 10 years ago and 12 years ago and 14 years ago? Half of them were, still in grade school, or practically almost all of them. We can't go back in time and make the Giants increase their payroll. All right. Looks like this might be Robert as we're reading the article.
Is this Robert?
I think it's Robert. I'm being interrupted.
Is it? I've never spoken to Robert.
Is this Robert?
Yeah, it is.
What's up,
Oh,
guys?
that Robert. Oh, okay. I thought
Robert.
you were Rothberg.
You know, I'm reading an article.
Yeah, while you're reading my article, I'm watching it.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, he can stand by. He could stand by.
I'm going to finish this article.
Okay,
and
no
we'll,
problem.
We'll bring you on here in just a minute.
Yeah.
All right. So where are we?
We can't go back in time.
Can't go back in time. Okay. But the past two off. Okay. Can't go back in time and make the Giants increase their payroll and woo star free agents in the early days of the Zaidi tenure. But the past two off seasons surely have brought home the point. The Giants' real problem isn't the ballpark dimensions or the Fox News portrayal of San Francisco. It's the lack of success under the current decision makers and the way the team is run. What free agent starting pitcher wants to come to a team for which he's unlikely to have the opportunity to face the opponent's lineup a third time through, or knows he might end up in the bullpen? What free agent position player? Hey, Ann, have you been listening to NorCal Sports Network? We've been talking about this for 6 months.
We have been.
What free agent position player wants to come to a team with which he suspects he likely will be forced into a platoon? Sure, the Giants have made a change at manager, but the baseball worlds know that Gabe Kapler wasn't calling the shots on how the Giants were run. He was executing Zaidi's orders and vision. Told you guys. The fans remain upset with Zaidi and his 3-year extension. His offseason comments haven't helped. He started by talking about taking every advantage of the margins. You little tweet bird, you little just weasel, little weasel on the margins. Stick that dude on the hot corner and hit him some line drives, man. See if he can catch him. More recently, he gave this word salad explanation. We've talked about wanting to be motivated to improve our team. Certainly making acquisitions that get our fans excited is really important. But making acquisitions that excite people in the moment, then wind up not panning out, that's not going to be good business either. We're just going to continue to rely heavily on our evaluations, meaning a tiger doesn't change its stripes. You're not changing. This bonehead is going to stick with the analytics and players we think can really move the needle for us. Yeah, let's see. Who moved the needle for you that you signed last year, Farhan?
Yeah,
Conforto?
who moved the needle?
Haniger? Stripling? I mean, Taylor Rogers did okay. Manaea did okay, but come on. You were under 500.
Moved any damn needle.
Your needle is I think the needle's stuck on the sidewalk on the fans.
It's broken. It's a broken needle.
Yeah. It's sitting over there next to the feces on the street. Okay. At the winter meetings, he was asked on MLB Network about analytics and said, when that term has a negative connotation, the thing I find upsetting is that it undermines so many people who are so passionate about the game, who are giving up making more money in other professions.
Get out of here.
Gosh, I'm feeling so sorry for these guys right now.
Hold on. I don't give a shit. That's their choice.
I need some. Hold on.
Go find a new profession then. Don't be in freaking baseball.
I can't take this right now.
Get out of here.
I'm sorry.
Ah.
These people took a different job, and I'm just. I need a moment of. Hold on. I gotta get myself off the cam. I can't be seen crying.
Gosh, man.
Oh.
This is what I'm talking to. This is who's running.
Gosh,
running the show.
Eric, gosh, Eric, this is so hard. These guys, they took jobs against their will. They're staying for the Giants because they just care so much. I can't handle it.
Man.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, man.
Yeah, exactly. In other words, he's upset that some people who could be making millions in venture capital are somehow being What is that?
They love the Giants so much. They're just they're
Get out of here.
They're giving up making more money than other professions to stay as the scientists for our ball club.
Get out of here.
Gosh, I need more tissue. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Can you believe that? How could he come out and say that? How can he come out and say on the MLB network? Do you think they give a crap about that?
Eric, I feel sorry for Farhan now.
Yeah,
I support him 100%, man. I'm going to get behind him. Man, he's okay. Let me see if I can get my Eric. Eric, I can't take it, Dad. Eric, hey, I need you to carry on, man. That last sentence really got to you.
It really got to you, right?
Can you take over from none of the answers there and see if you can get through it? I think I might be able to persevere through this. See if you can do it, Eric.
None of these answers give Giants fans faith that anything much is going to change. Wow. I think we've heard that somewhere before, ladies and gentlemen. Giants fans faith that anything much is going to change. I think you said something about, right? Tigers never changing their stripes. You said that on the Krug show, remember?
Yeah.
When Kepler got fired, you said that. Yep. At this point, the customers can hold only onto some pillars of the past to feel optimism, to hope they can be a firewall between the parts of their team with which they are unhappy and the game they still love. There's Bob Melvin, a personable manager who blends an old school presence with today's overly analytical mindset. A man who knows the history and the vibe of the Giants and their fans as well as anyone else, or as well as anyone. He has hired former Giants third baseman Matt Williams and former San Francisco outfielder Pat Burrell, however you spell or pronounce it, to be part of his coaching staff. There's Buster Posey, who Giants fans hope can influence his fellow owners, but who also found out the hard way that representing ownership isn't as easy as playing the game. When Posey told The Athletic that negative perceptions of San Francisco have been brought up by free agents, his observation was attacked. Yes, Posey, who moved back to the Bay Area from Georgia last year, could have pushed back on those biases, and who's to say he didn't? He was correct that perception is reality, but amplifying those perceptions didn't help. And then there's Dusty Baker, who is back home in Granite Bay, cultivating wine grapes and tending to a lifetime of baseball knowledge and good vibes. He told 95.7 The Game that he has talked to the CEO, Larry Baer, about possibility of joining the Giants in some capacity. So we just have to see how things work out for all of us. Baker also had some thoughts on how the franchise can veer too far off course when a front office of Ivy Leaguers hire their friends and not baseball guys.
I love that.
Look at that. You're not getting a well-rounded view of the game. Some things can't be explained by numbers, he said. Some of it is on feel as well as fact. Would hiring Baker be window dressing? Maybe. But the Giants need to do something positive right now because, as Posey points out, perception is reality, and the reality right now is not encouraging.
There you go. I'm sorry, everybody. That really got to me. I just broke down over that feeling for those guys that are working in that analytics department.
Exactly. Thank you, Nick. Thank you. Who has preached this since day one? Right? NorCal Sports Network. From the very beginning, when people were still kind of, we saw it for what it was.
Yeah, we got a real. Jim Thurkill says, Dan and Eric, real question outside of Logan Webb, would we give a damn if we lost any of these garbage dumpster diving garage sale players?
No.
Only I want to see what Duvall. I mean, not Duvall. Well, Duvall would be kind of one, but I want to see what Luciano. I want to see him given a shot. If he doesn't make it, you know what? Then
they didn't. Okay, if they don't make it, they don't make it.
They don't make
and
it.
You move on.
But let's see what this guy is made up of.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree.
And you know what? I'm not even of the ilk of really trading him unless it's for a star, because what happens if this 22-year-old kid is the real deal?
Yeah. What
He's
if he
22. You
Yep.
know, let's say he works out through the back injuries, and all of a sudden this guy hits 30 plus homers and driving in 100 runs, and plays a decent shortstop or plays a corner outfield. I mean, gosh, we've heard about this kid, and his talent is the real deal. We've seen what he can do when he hits the ball.
Yep.
It's like, I want to see what Luciano can do. The rest, I do like Casey Schmidt's glove too. I think defense goes a long way.
Yep.
And, if you can get a Gold Glove guy on the hot corner that, can hit you 250 and get you 15 homers, drive in 75 runs plus, that's pretty good to have. So we'll see. But let's go to Robert in
Morgan Hill.
Morgan Hill, right?
No, San Jose.
San Jose. San
It's
Jose.
comes from Morgan Hill. I don't get it why.
Well, it says Morgan Hill right there.
I know. I don't know why though.
Yeah.
I've been waiting a while. I was just laughing while you were reading that.
Yeah. So what's on your mind tonight? Are you
Let's see.
Are you one of those guys that's working in the analytic department that could be doing seven figures somewhere else?
Are you a venture capitalist?
I'd rather not do analytics. Sounds dumb as hell. I would never do that, honestly.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, come on. You just put a little dash on the paper. He hits the ball here with two strikes.
I played the game. I don't need analytics.
With two
Tell
strikes,
me if good or not.
He hits it right there.
You can just look at their stats and where they hit the ball.
Yeah.
And look it up. You don't need. When I played, there was no analytics. I didn't get platooned. I didn't get pitch hit in the ninth inning. Someone was better than me.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, sometimes pinch hitting's fine, but it's just.
I mean, I've been pitch hit for, but I mean, it wasn't because of the guy was better. I wasn't platooned. It was the ninth inning. I didn't want. I broke my hand.
Right.
I couldn't bat.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy right now. But what do we got up here? Jeff Young on Twitter says some notes from this interview with Farhan. Committed to Marco at shortstop. Would like to add a utility bat with options. Does not see a scenario where Kyle Harrison is traded. Reiterated that he has not heard concerns about San Francisco directly from free agents.
Okay, that's directly contradictory of what Posey
says.
Posey has said exactly the opposite.
I do believe that the Giants are going to get Matt Chapman.
Who's lying? Is Posey lying?
Well, it's possible that he hasn't heard it.
Guy.
He hasn't heard. Read the key word in that sentence.
Yeah, he hasn't heard directly from the free agents.
Directly.
Yeah.
So he may be.
Posey's hearing directly. So is he listening to his owner?
And directly, he's probably hearing it from the agent, possibly, but not directly from the player.
Yeah.
So.
It's Boras, guys, though. They'll wait till opening day.
Who knows? We'll see.
I've never seen free agency so slow before. Holy moly.
Yeah, it's pretty bad right now. It's only about 43% signed or something like that, or whatever it is.
Boras must be wanting these guys way overpaid than what they actually are worth.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt, because Yamamoto and Ohtani and what those guys got, and Yamamoto's never pitched in the majors, and he's got two top starters. And
Yamamoto could get rocked in his first year.
Never know. Doubtful.
Yeah.
I mean,
if he faces the Braves, he might get rocked.
Yeah, I would say he has the advantage the first time, though.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime.
Because no one's ever seen him.
Right.
The only guys that really saw, did Team USA see him in the WBC? I don't know if they saw him or not.
I can't remember. I think they saw that other kid Osaki or the guy.
Oh yeah, the 21-year-old that wanted to get posted.
Roki Sasaki. That's maybe next year. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's a guy they need to be. But
So
you know how that may turn.
I think Lee was the only guy that really saw him from the Giants. Really, that really hit him hard.
Right. So, well, hey, Robert, I'm gonna move on. But did you have any thoughts or questions or?
I just want to see the Giants get better and no more platooning.
Yeah,
that's all.
Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how much Farhan.
It's tough to watch a bad product.
It really is, and this is Farhan's. This is all Farhan's creation. The Giants,
yep.
and everybody around the majors talks about it now.
I enjoy watching the Sharks more, and that's sad.
Yeah.
And the Sharks are terrible.
Yeah, at least there's some action.
Well, yeah, Nick Leddy's part of the Sharks, so it's more entertaining.
Yeah. Well, awesome, Robert. Hey, thanks for calling in, man. Appreciate
no problem.
It. Have a good night.
You too.
All right. Bye. All right, there it is.
God, that just pisses me off reading that article, man.
I told you that was a good article, man, but gosh, I don't know if I can get past it reading that. I get so choked up about those people sacrificing for
the sacrifice. The
sacrifice
they make.
The good of the Giants.
Get out of here.
Gosh, I mean, he turned this whole thing into just a complete
dumpster fire. It's a dumpster fire.
The whole department, the media department where they held Jung-Hoo Lee's press conference got turned into analytics. It's all, there's so many analytics people work. Well, we read the list.
Yeah.
All those mad scientists and
they had a set up in the clubhouse for his introduction. It wasn't in their
that's right.
Yeah.
Clubhouse, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't even have it's like unbelievable.
I mean, look, and it's not just us saying this. You got Tom Verducci out there.
You got Alex Rodriguez, you got
a bunch of people out there. People out there saying they don't like what they're seeing here in San Francisco.
MLB Network, other former GMs chuckling when they talk about the Giants.
Yep. It's a laughingstock.
Of course it is. There's no respect.
None.
There's zero respect. These guys, they what's the saying? They wouldn't know their ass from a hole in the ground. These guys are just, they're pathetic. They're not baseball people.
Nope.
Farhan is, I don't care. He's a guy that likes baseball, that never paid the price of knowing what to look for in an actual player, actually going out, either scouting or being under somebody that was, looking for talent. I mean, I don't know. It's, the deals that don't get done, the bad deals that do, we'll see. Hopefully the clubhouse is a little bit different this year. It should be under Melvin.
Yeah, I think the clubhouse is going to be fine, but
should be a lot better under Melvin. Melvin's a good guy. He's a normal dude. He's, he's not doing some freak, shows on Instagram doing reviews and doing what are those paid things he does? Those paid
what the hell is it called? Cameos.
Yeah, like a little gram or whatever. Hey, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Shout out to Rosie from Santa Rosie.
I like what Senior says. I was a little encouraged by Melvin and the new coaches, but Farhan isn't doing his job. And I think it almost seems like they went that direction to try to win back some fans. Oh, you got Bob Melvin, you got Pat Burrell, you got Matt Williams, you got all these guys, baseball guys who are coming back into the dugout, which is good. But I think they try to use that as a as a means to try to bring the fans back without signing players that are going to be on the field.
Yeah.
That's a great point, Grand Admiral. He said that on Larry's show.
Yep.
When you don't root for a team that you were instrumental in winning 3 World Series and you spent how many years? Over 20 years with the organization?
Yeah. Yeah, he's been more of a Giant than a Yankee.
Yep.
Spent majority of his baseball life with the Giants from 90. Wasn't he there in 94, something like that? Or as an assistant to Bob Quinn? Or
that I'm not sure.
I know he took over in 97. But, 97 till 2020 or so? Wasn't he with the organization till then? 2020, 21, some capacity.
Yeah, he left. I think he left last year, right? 22,
something like 23,
that. Something like that. Yeah, the beginning.
I mean, you had the best. You had a guy that won you 3 titles, and you brought in a guy from, you brought in a guy from Best Buy Geek Squad. You brought in a guy from the computer technology department to run your entire baseball operations. A true analytical. Look what the Dodgers have done since he left.
Right.
They traded for Betts, signed Freeman, signed Ohtani, Yamamoto. They haven't jerked around whatsoever. They've moved on. Farhan, and what have the Giants done? I guess you got to put blame as well on this ownership group that is.
Yes.
This ownership group is sad. It's lacking. It's, they're,
You don't even hear him coming out, even just talking about the team.
Yeah.
They're
more worried about putting the cruise patches on their stinking shoulders of their uniform than they are putting.
Just think of how much of it everything that their PR touches turns to crap. It's crazy how.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, because it kind of the really bad PR started in offseason last year with the Carlos Correa, right?
Yeah.
Then you got the cruise patches. Then you got just.
Yeah, you had the Arson Judge moment. Then you had the Correa dealings, and then they signed Haniger.
Yep. You got
Conforto
Farhan coming out lying to everybody.
And we both talked about last year, Farhan or Haniger and Conforto saying you signed 2 injury-prone guys.
Yeah.
Guys coming off in it, and what happens?
They got hurt.
They both
spent significant time on the IR. Now Haniger did get hit in the arm. That was fluke. I'm not going to. But to start the first month and a half, he was out because of
hamstring.
Was it hamstring? Yeah, I can't remember if it was hamstring or oblique. But yeah,
I can't remember. It might have been an oblique.
But yeah, I mean that's the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And then remember what he did towards the end of the season? Doesn't even run out a fly ball to left field. Remember in Arizona?
Oh.
He had no hustle. It's like, what are you doing?
Maybe he was hustling. That's his speed. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. You know what? We'll see. I'm gonna hope the Giants do well. Hope they sign some of these guys that we've talked about. They should sign, and hopefully they get a majority of them and actually try and compete. Otherwise, let's just, if Farhan can't get the job done this offseason,
someone else,
and they're not going to be in contention, just move on. I mean, I really care. I hope Kerry's right. If they don't make the playoffs, they get rid of. I don't think. How could they stomach this for a 7th year? This is year 6.
Yep.
I mean, why would you sign the clown to a 3-year deal? He had a 1-year deal. I mean, how stupid are you?
That tells me the ownership doesn't know anything about baseball.
Exactly. Why don't you put Farhan on a make it or prove it deal like he does the players? He puts players on 1-year deals, prove it deals.
Right.
Why not? He was signed. No one's going to pick him up.
Nope.
It's not like he's, John Lynch of the 49ers or, as a coach, popular. Kyle Shanahan got fired tonight. He'd have a job before midnight.
Yep.
With another organization, he'd have half the league calling on him and saying, "Hey, you come here, we'll get rid of our even coach." It's like Farhan gets sent packing. I'm sorry, the guy's going to go back to Best Buy Geek Squad.
Yep.
It's like nobody's picking that guy up. So let him sit on a 1-year deal. See what he does. Make him feel the pressure.
Yep.
He's got no pressure. Even if he gets fired, that's no pressure. He still gets paid for 2 more years. I mean, gosh, it's just unbelievable. It's like, hey, you just did a crappy job for us. Let's give you an extension.
I don't get it.
I mean, the idea that they had to mirror his contract with Melvin's, no, you don't.
No, you didn't.
You don't need to do that.
No, you didn't.
You just hire a GM that says Melvin's our guy. You want the GM job? Melvin's going to stay here for, at least another year.
Yep. Yeah, Kerry's really good. I liked him when he came onto the show too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a good job.
He's really good. Yeah.
Well, it looks like we ain't going to have Marty on anytime soon.
Yeah, Marty said he'll come on, but when the Giants do something. But Bub Rad says Giants need a president that can land stars. Landing stars isn't a GM role. Well, that's what he is, Farhan. He is the president. Mm-hmm. We call him the GM because it used to be the GM and the assistant GM. It's just a title. It's just a title. He's the president. He's the GM. If 10 years ago he would have been the GM. Now they call it the president.
And I'm gonna say right now, don't get excited about Dusty Baker. It ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. And even if he joins the Giants in some capacity, the influence he's gonna have is gonna be nothing. I mean, Posey came back.
I don't know. He might have an influence. If he may say, you know what? He may have an influence behind the scenes and saying, you know what? I wouldn't work a day in the manager. I wouldn't take one iota of direction from that guy.
But there's already guys out there saying stuff. You got Sabian and Coletti and I'm sure Barry Bonds has probably said some stuff. Some other player, Posey's probably said stuff, and he's an owner.
Who knows? But Dusty's got,
I got what you're saying.
He's a Hall of Fame manager. He's already had Bochy here.
He's got gravitas.
Bochy's left. I mean, he's got a lot of say when you're talking behind closed doors, and these baseball and they're swimming upstream right now without a paddle. These guys.
Yes, they are. They don't even have a boat.
And they are desperate. People aren't buying tickets.
Nope.
They're throwing out ticket prices 2 for $49. I mean, what's that say to your season ticket holders?
You're in trouble. That's what it's saying.
Well, the ones that have already paid means bend over. We'll stick it to you a little more.
Yep.
That's why I quit. I went through it in the 22 season.
Yep.
Got screwed majorly.
I think Sean Proctor, same thing, right?
He quit earlier. But yeah. But guys are, they're wising up. Why would I pay a full 81 game package and put out, $14,000 for 2 tickets? And then that doesn't include my parking or my concessions. Why would I put out that kind of money when I can just go to whatever game I want, when I want,
and pay less.
And pay a lot less. I can go to every game I want. I can go to all 81 and pay less. You're selling 2 for $49. Yeah, I mean, and not in my seats, but at that point, people are going to move around and sit where they want to sit anyway. There's going to be so many open seats. They can't block you.
Right.
All those ushers, they can't stop you.
Heck, Mo, haven't seen you in the chat before, but welcome. He says, gotta imagine that if it doesn't work out this year, they wouldn't hesitate to cut ties with Farhan and eat the money. And I thought that was going to happen this year. I really did. After the way 23 ended.
It was the perfect timing to do it.
I mean,
why not set the whole slate clean?
Redo it again.
But what it tells me is the owners really aren't that.
Or the owners are trying to save face.
Save face of what?
I don't know. That, hey, we got the guy we want. I don't know.
Farhan?
They don't want to admit they made a mistake. I think maybe that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, they're just kicking the can down the road.
Exactly. But they don't care because they're making that money off Mission Rock.
They're gonna have to admit it sooner or later. Because
Hey, is Lou out there? Lou Marston, you out there in the chat? I want to hear if he has any, because he seems to always have numbers on season tickets.
Yeah, they're down to about 7,500 right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to say save face as far as it's about the ownership and maybe this what they feel. What kind of impression does it look on them if they fire him? That's what I'm trying to say.
It would make them look like they had balls.
You got to have balls to show balls.
Come on, this is baseball. Grow a pair. Ownership. Come on. It's not that hard. The guy sucked 4 out of 5 years.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he hasn't produced from the farm hardly. He hasn't made any significant trades.
That's a great point, Bay Area. Who would hire the next GM? Do you have trust in its ownership to hire the right GM?
No, I don't.
See, this is bad. This isn't I'm not trying to always sound doom and gloom, but when I'm just looking by what I see here. I'm making observations from what I see, and it doesn't look well. That's why I'm saying there's got to be probably a change in ownership as well, not just with Farhan. But
they're not going to change ownership, though. What are you going to do? Kick owners out?
Yeah, exactly. You can't do that.
Maybe you could change the board of directors on there and have a different vote.
That whole Mission Rock has ruined this team. Yeah,
because you got a bunch of guys investing in the club that want to make money in real estate.
Exactly. What? You mean I can invest in some real estate, but also be part of a baseball club? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, it's they don't have anybody that's, you see the Phillies owner, what is it named? Middleton or what's the owner's name of the Phillies?
For the Phillies, Middleton.
Middleton, up there on the dugout, passing out things to fans and
baseballs. Yep.
Doing whatever he can to win. You got Steve Cohen with the Mets. You got the owner of Texas, giving carte blanche to Chris Young, the GM, and saying, go get these guys, go get a championship.
Thanks,
Matt. You had the owner of San Diego telling AJ Preller, hey, look, man, spend the money. I don't have much time. I want to win. These guys have won 3 championships, and they are sitting and resting on that.
Mm-hmm.
And they, they just don't. Is that game caught? Oh, the ball? I'm trying to remember where this ball came from. Let me see.
Is that the one you put the initials?
No. This is minor league baseball. This was out at a minor league game. Yeah. Just a ball that came down the line and I just picked it up. Wasn't actually caught.
But it's and Matt says, Eric, you call it as you see it. That's why this channel is the best. I said, appreciate that. Everyone calls like to see it. Surprisingly hard to find these days. You know what, though? It's fun. Just because you're a fan of the San Francisco Giants, it's not gonna be blind loyalty. And I hope that all baseball fans are like that. To where if you see something that ain't right, you got to be able to say something about it. You know, I'm a Giants fan and I got to believe in everything that they do and there's nothing they could do wrong. You can't. If you go with that type of mentality, I guess it'd be easier because you just accept it for what it is and you're not invested as much, I guess. But when I see this kind of stuff, it pisses me off and I hate it because I like to compete.
I'm at the point where, I want to see the Giants win, but if they don't want to win themselves that bad enough to go out and do what it takes by hiring the right people, it's the right people that are going to help you win. It's not going to be because, your system you think works better because that's going against everything else that baseball's doing. You think you're smarter than the game. That's not going to win you. It's going to be getting the right people that know baseball, that are developing players. And you know what? There's a little bit of luck involved in winning a championship. I mean, you got to have good health. You got to get hot at the right time. Everything has to go well. Other teams maybe have to slump, like the Dodgers didn't hit at all against the Diamondbacks. Mookie Betts went into a big tailspin. So did Freddie Freeman. Those guys didn't show up. They showed up for 162, but they didn't show up in the playoffs. That is going to happen. And, you got to overcome that. So not all of it is just having the best team. I think the Braves had the best team in baseball last year. They didn't win it all. Dodgers had the best team in 22. They didn't win it all. The Giants in 10, 12, and 14 were not favored in any three of those years, and they won it all. So, yeah, there is a little bit of luck. But you got to be able to do things that actually get you to the dance, and they just don't have it. They got the wrong guy, in my opinion, running it, and I don't think it changes. So I'm at the point right now, if they don't care, I don't care a whole lot either. You know what?
Right.
It's hard for me to get my hopes up and fight and watch this team and see how and see the frustration that they're the fifth largest team in baseball according with revenue, and they're not even in the top 20 competitive wise. So it's ridiculous. It's disgusting. And until they move on from Farhan and bring in a true, and I don't mean just a baseball man that has experience. I want a baseball guy that's won. Okay, you're a big enough organization to attract people that have actually pulled one, whether that be a Dombrowski or one with the Red Sox, one with the Phillies. Didn't win it all with the Phillies, but got him there. Whether that's bringing a Sabian back or a Coletti who's won divisions, got to the NLCS. Teams, I mean, Farhan has yet to win a playoff series. Okay? Giants haven't won a series since 2014, the World Series. They have not won a series. They've been in the playoffs in 16 and 21. They lost both series, five-game series. So I don't know when the next time they win a series, let alone make the playoffs under this current regime. Because other teams are getting better. Arizona's getting better.
They're surpassed. On Farhan's watch, Arizona has surpassed.
Of course. LA and Colorado's coming with their,
yes, they are.
With their crop of young guys. They'll surpass the Giants. So, and then you got, San Diego, they're still going to be competitive. Then you got other teams, you got Chicago that's going to going to be fighting. You got St. Louis that wants to get back to their winning ways and being in the playoffs. And then you got the Braves and the Phillies and the Mets. I don't know if the Mets can do it, but I mean, heck, the Marlins made the playoffs last year.
Yes, they did.
So where do the Giants rank in if 6 or 7 make the playoffs? 6. If 6 teams make the playoffs, I think the Giants are somewhere between 8 and 10, maybe 8 and 11. Right.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
now, I think they're about 11.
Yeah,
honestly.
I was just gonna say it right now, maybe even less than that.
Honestly, I would put I got them 4th in the West, so only they're better than Colorado. In the Central, I think Cincinnati's surpassed them. St. Louis, Milwaukee's iffy. I don't know where they're going to be, but for right now, they look still a little better. Who else is in that division? I'm forgetting. I know there's Pittsburgh and who else?
Yeah,
St.
Pittsburgh,
Louis,
Miami,
Chicago,
St. Louis,
Milwaukee.
Oh, you're talking about the Central. Okay,
Yeah.
and then
So maybe they're
Cubs.
better than maybe they're better than Pittsburgh. So they're better than Pittsburgh and Colorado. In the East, they're Phillies and Braves are better. Marlins are better, I think. Maybe they're better than the Nationals, and maybe the Mets. The Mets seem like they're kind of a mess.
Yeah, they do
well
seem
right
like
now.
that.
So
Yeah.
let's give them the benefit of the doubt. The Mets and the Nationals, that's 2. The Pirates 3. The Rockies 4. So that puts them at 11th.
Mm-hmm.
And they could easily fall down to 14th.
They could.
They could easily, with this roster the way it is now, could easily be the worst team in
Here's another thing, guys, and I saw today that the Padres has signed another closer. They signed 2 high leverage relievers, the Japanese reliever and now the Korean reliever. So they arguably got the 2 best relievers here in the offseason. So they're improving their bullpen. I mean, you can't rest on what the Padres may or may not do here.
I might have to go back to my old tweet that was months ago, but when free agency started, I said the Giants would end up with Chapman.
Oh, you need to find that. Yeah.
I said Chapman and Flaherty and a center fielder like Kiermaier.
Kiermaier. You said Kiermaier, yep.
Yeah. Kiermaier, Chapman will be the centerpiece. Watch that happen.
Yep.
Jung-Hoo Lee will just be Kiermaier, and then the pitcher will be interesting to see who they get. So,
look at Dave Tobner. I follow him on Twitter. He's good. Says Tim ask about the somewhat break-even comments. And Farhan brought up that he doesn't just think about player payroll. He thinks about our employees, not laying off people, providing benefits and resources to the people who work here. And as Dave says, get the hoo-hoo out of here.
Did he really say that?
That's what Farhan said. When he thinks about the payroll, he thinks about our employees, not laying people off, providing benefits and resources to the people who work here.
I'm sorry.
Come on, what is that? That's not. No, come on. Everyone knows what that somewhat break even means, and it has nothing to do with employees laying off people and benefits.
Yeah,
we're talking about player payroll. We're not talking about this other BS. Do you see?
He's bringing it all in. He's bringing the whole franchise into breaking even by keeping all these. They've got. I wonder what they're paying these scientists.
Exactly. I mean, this is ridiculous. You're sitting here talking about being the 5th richest team in the MLB, and you're talking about we got to have enough money. Don't tell me you don't have enough money. Like you said, you got an army of scientists in the conference room that aren't doing nothing because the team, what did they finish last year? 79 and 83, something like that?
Yep, 79, 83.
Come on. That's the mindset. That's just what driving any Giants fan who understands the game of baseball, that's got to just drive him insane.
The Gilbert Gamboa. That's exactly right. He's always playing the guilt trip card. He's such a manipulator.
There you go. I like that.
Yep.
Yes, Gilbert.
Yep, exactly. Totally.
Yeah. See, where is the desire? You know what? I want to put out the best team. I want to compete for the NOS. I want to win the World Series. Where is that talk? Where is that? There's none of that. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, they don't have it in them. They don't have it in them.
God, you got to see about getting that clip from Larry. You might want to use that as the tiger doesn't change the stripes. I'm pretty sure you said it.
I've said it on our show too. I said it a lot.
I just can't remember when.
Yeah. Say it again. Tiger doesn't change his stripes, and I also said that something else doesn't change. What the heck was it? A tiger doesn't change his stripes, and
you said something else. Something else
doesn't. Oh, a leopard doesn't
change his spots. That's what it was.
Yep. That's it, man.
Gosh, dang, man. Why is no one else saying this? Maybe they say it tomorrow because was the interview today?
Yeah, who knows? What was that on TK?
Yeah.
And then what was there another interview? Kuiper was on KMBR.
Oh yeah. I think Senior was talking about that one. I guess Kuiper was.
Yeah, I have to go check that out. So in fact, I think we're going to call it a night, guys. We've been, it's really tough to talk about the Giants for as long as we talk about them. I mean, I've had 2 horses, and I watched one unfortunately die, and I would never beat a horse to death. But
that's what we're doing. We're beating a dead horse.
We're beating a dead horse, guys.
This is the Dead Horse Society.
Yeah. we are beating a dead horse, and it's like, even a cruel, evil person, I think, would get tired of beating on something dead. That was pretty crazy, that clip that I sent you today, and then Mark Graves sent the same one over with the dude jumping over to the
that was
over
nuts.
The judge's bench, trying to kill or not kill, but tackle the judge.
He was still kicking at her when he was getting hauled away. It was nuts.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy because he was. Got unplugged my laptop there, so I was battery going low.
Exactly. Exactly, Tom. We talked about that yesterday.
Oh yeah, Webb, Duvall, and Estrada. Yeah. You guys could record a show and replay it every day the rest of the off season because Farhan isn't gonna provide any content. Guy is asleep at the wheel. Yeah, you're right, Will.
We're the one providing the damn entertainment, not the damn Giants. We're more entertaining than the San Francisco Giants right now.
Yeah, tune in, man. We'll come up. I think Fargon will be here maybe tomorrow night.
Oh boy, Fargon.
I think Fargon has said he was available to come on the show tomorrow night.
Nice.
He's looking forward to it. He's doing interviews this week. He said
we'll squeeze him in, right? We'll squeeze him in.
We'll squeeze Fargon on. I think he's going to show up in the studio. Live
in the studio.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know if he's lost any of that pork belly or not.
The little off-centered pork belly. Yeah. He's got some issues, man. He's got some issues.
Oh, man. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for joining. We really appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow night, 8:00.
If anything breaks.
Yeah, Giants do something of significance, we'll actually have something to talk about. But until then, I think we got to find some other stuff to talk about. Maybe some Warriors, or in fact, were the Warriors playing tonight?
They played yesterday, I think, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I know we're going to be getting into football playoffs, so we'll have to get into that for sure.
Yeah, football playoffs for sure.
I guess big news. I guess Darnold's going to start Sunday. Makes sense, right?
Yeah, totally.
Good.
Yeah. So
You too, Val.
So anyway, we'll still see. Everybody's got opinions on the Giants. We'll see if they do anything. Kind of looking forward to. I mean, there's two sides to me. I want them to go out and get the guys that I put together in a plan. I think that would be a fun team to watch. It'd be competitive. It'd be a really, bring some excitement. On the other hand, if they do nothing, it's just, it's closer to the end of the regime.
Exactly.
So that's
and
kind
here's
of
another thing. If they sign Chapman before anyone else, that's probably going to be it then, right?
Yeah, I think so. If they just sign Chapman, and if that's all they do is Chapman and Jung-Hoo Lee, to me, it's a lost offseason.
Exactly. So if they don't sign Snell, because if Snell would be the first guy they announce if they sign him, right? You see what I'm saying?
I would think he's the first domino to fall.
So
or Bellinger would be the first domino to fall.
Those two.
Yeah, because they're at the top of the food chain, pitching and position.
Once we see those two guys drop to whatever team, if they don't go to the Giants, we're getting Chapman, and that's going to be it.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Hey, we'll be back tomorrow night. Until then, have a great Thursday for you guys tomorrow. We will see you tomorrow night.
Woo!